All right, folks, welcome to another episode of Talking Music with Mike Stone. I am Mike Stone, and yeah, uh, not a whole lot of time between this one and the last one, as it wasn't a 3 month gap there. Uh, so today we're going to talk about a release that came out in 2021, and I just never got around to it, even though I've got a shit ton of formats for it. It's Iron Maiden's most recent album. I, I apologize if I butcher this because it's Japanese and I couldn't find a pronunciation, but it's called Senjutsu. So, uh, yeah. So this album was released in 2021, and I was excited for it, and we're going to dig into it here in a minute. So come back. All right, folks, welcome back. And as I said, we are going to talk about the most recent Maiden album, Senjutsu. And I say most recent, it's 4 years old now almost. And yeah, I was excited when this one was being talked about. They leaked a couple of songs ahead of time, and I liked what I heard, and I couldn't wait to get the album. And when it hit, I got the album, and good lord, it's a long one. So, uh, but there's multiple formats that this came out on, and I didn't grab every single version from around the world. I'm not that anal, but I did manage to grab at least one of each format from the U.S. and we'll dig into some of that. And there's vinyl, there's CDs, there's deluxe packaging, and all that good stuff to kind of go through. So anyway, so touching on a little bit of news, as of this filming, our godfather of metal, the Prince of Darkness of himself, Ozzy, passed away a week ago, and very suddenly, and everybody has been. There's been a big outpour for Oz. His funeral has already taken place as of this filming, and what a gut punch, man. I, I mean, we all knew it was coming, but at the same time, it was just like, you know, this guy was supposed to live forever. He was supposed to outlive us all, so, uh, very, very sad day for us. Got him standing up back here, my little buddy, right next to Eddie. So, you know, rest in power, Oz. We love you. Um, let's see what other. I went to a record show as of this filming last weekend, and met up with my buddies Johnny Humphrey and Jake Daniels from Oklahoma City. John, from Seether. Jake, sorry to name drop you there, buddy, but he's a on-air personality from the Cat Radio down in Oklahoma City. So I hung out with them all day. Believe it or not, I did not buy a damn thing. I that is very uncharacteristic of me. I walked around that entire record show with empty hands, and I left with a couple of T-shirts from John and Jake. But yeah, no records for me last week. So call me what you want. Uh, that's all I can think of on the news front. I mean, everybody is kind of starting to speculate now about the contents of the upcoming box set that Eddie Kramer kind of spilled the beans on for Kiss Alive. So um, there's a lot of chatter going on about what may or may not be in that. So we'll see eventually. And with all that said, let's move on to the subject of the hour, as they say. Though this probably ain't gonna take an hour. Shouldn't. So, Senjutsu, however you say it. I apologize if I'm butchering it. It was released on September 3rd. It is a 2 CD set. It is a 3 vinyl set. It is a long, long record. Um, One of the longest, if not the longest, in Maiden's catalog. Um, they released it on several different exclusive variants and, different colored vinyl variants and what have you not. A couple of deluxe editions, and we're going to kind of dig into all of them. So we're going to start off with the CD, and it's just the simplest format to look at. So we have the just your standard retail CD here. It's a digipack that folds out, CD1 and CD2, and then it contains a booklet with all your lyrics and everything else. And then I took the hype stickers off of the shrink and put them on a little card to keep with the CD. So it includes the writing on the wall and Stratego, and then there's a UPC sticker that was on the back on the shrink also. A lot of Japanese inspired artwork, samurai and all that. This version of Eddie kind of takes a little getting used to, but overall I feel it was pretty good. He's got a few extra teeth. I'm not too sure about that, but so yeah, this was just a standard retail version that you find in mom and pop record shops and what have you. Disc 1 and disc 2. Track listing is on the booklet. That's what I was gonna. So disc 1, you have the song Senjutsu, Stratego, The Writing on the Wall, Lost in a Lost World, The Days of Future Past. It seems like there was a tour that may or may not have been named after that song. The Time Machine. And then disc 2, you have The Darkest Hour, Death of the Celts, The Parchment, and Hell on Earth. So I alluded to the Days of Future Past tour. It was literally a tour where they played songs off of Senjutsu and Somewhere in Time. So with that, I'm going to kind of lead into this a little bit. This is a Walmart exclusive that was released during that tour. So Somewhere in Time album jacket that we all know and love. Now, what's different about this one, and those of you that have US and UK copies, you can compare this. So underneath Eddie's crotch here, there's this little building right here. The US always says Pizza Hot, because there's a little bit of a copyright infringement. The UK always said Pizza Hut, like the restaurant in the US. Well, this jacket, even though it's a U.S. release, it says Pizza Hut down here. So, and then yeah, we can go on and on about all the Easter eggs on the jacket itself, but there's the inner sleeve that we all know for Somewhere in Time. And then it came on really, really yellow vinyl. I mean, that none more yellow. And then the good old custom labels for Somewhere in Time that we know. But what ties this to the Days of Future Past, there's your Walmart hype sticker, is it came with this nice little lenticular insert that was advertising the tour. So, there's the Eddie face that's morphing from the Wasted Years single era to the new Senjutsu era, and that ties this whole thing together. So I wasn't trying to get off track with the Somewhere in Time album, but it's all related somehow. And sure, I showed the hype sticker and all, but this is a Walmart exclusive. Alright. Now, back to the album. I finished with the retail CD. Then there was another CD. This was a exclusive to Target. And you can see it's got a lenticular cover that toggles between two images. Okay. And then, the booklet is the same as what I showed here. And here's our hype stickers, including the Target exclusive. No changes to the booklet or the Digipack sleeve. It's the same sleeve, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you can see, I don't know if you'd be able to see it, but the catalogs on the spine are the same. So yeah, it's all the same. They just overlaid this lenticular cover on there for the Target exclusive. And then this is a deluxe packaging from Walmart, I believe. I don't know if that Walmart was an exclusive on this, but that's where I happened to buy it. It's just kind of a long book form, and it has a hard book that slips out, and then there's the hype stickers. And it's basically the same as the CD book, but artwork is a little bit more I forget the word I'm trying to use, prominent, I guess. And then it's got the CD1 and CD2 stacked up. And the track listing on the back, good luck reading that if you don't know how to read Japanese. So, yeah. So there's that CD variant. And then we have a deluxe edition. I bought this off of Amazon, I'm pretty sure. Oh, crap. Hold on a second. I forgot to put my stickers back in with the CD. It took me forever to figure out where those went. Alright. back to the deluxe edition. I bought this one off of Amazon. So it's got the Obi sash, whatever you want to call it. It goes around it. It comes right off. Then you can open up the box. It's just the lid just pops straight up off of it. Alright, so it comes with some kind of poster. So there's a artwork for a potential single writing on the wall. I think that might have been the first time I opened that. And probably the last time I opened it. Okay. Get the little ribbon back on there. Okay. And then there is an envelope in there. It's not sealed or anything like that. There is a bunch of stuff in here though. So we have, okay, I remember what this is now. So we have a lenticular print of the album cover. And then we have some more artwork. I believe these ended up being labels on the vinyl. And then there is instructions and material for an origami set. Obviously I didn't put it together, and I'm not going to, because, well, that's just who I am. So there's that. Let's see if I can get this all back in the envelope without tearing anything up. Some people would probably edit all of this stuff out. Nope, I am a little less than professional, so you're going to watch me put all this crap back up that I drug out. There we go. There's the envelope, and then there is, I call it a false bottom. It's got a little bit of artwork there, but there's a ribbon up here that pulls it out of the box, and you have CDs galore, and booklets. Alright, and that is the actual bottom. So we'll start off with, it's got a sash around a CD for the album, and then it's got a Blu-ray disc for the music video, for the writing on the wall and the making of and all that. And they're both digipacks. There's a sash that goes around both of them, so you pop that off. And then the plain retail CD that I've shown. And I don't have any stickers with that one. I don't think there was any stickers. And then you've got the DVD for the writing on the wall. that opens up into 3 inlays. And so it came with a booklet for this release. It's got kinds of some stills and production notes for the video. And I was trying to remember something, and it couldn't for the life of me until I seen that I have an extra booklet for the writing on the wall. And that is because the CD, by mistake, the CD for the album came with the booklet for the writing on the wall too. And then you could email, I think it was ironmaiden.com, and then they sent you a correct booklet. So that was kind of nice of them to fix that for us. But yeah, I keep the booklet stored in the box there. Alright, there's that. Then put this in here. So there is the deluxe edition back into the box. And then we've got the Obi that we put back over it, like so. And that does it for all of the CD versions of the album that I have. And now let's get into some vinyl. So I don't remember where I bought, I mean, one of them I remember where I bought them, obviously, but I want to say I bought all 3 of these, or I bought the other 2 online, and I bought the one in the store. I can't remember. But so we're going to talk about the variants here. So here's the front cover, and there's the back cover. And really, if you wanted to, you could work either one of them as the front cover. But if you go traditionally by the record opening on the right-hand side, then this is your front cover. So it's a 3-panel, or a tri-fold, as they say. And then there's all that big-ass artwork. Alright, and then got some inner sleeve, lyrics, artwork, and it's a 3-record set, so I'll pull all the inner sleeves out once. So this is the black vinyl version, and this is on Parlophone, so this is a European version. So I've got the hype sticker and the UPC sticker there on my disc keeper. And then this is record 1 on black vinyl. There's your custom labels. So the side with no writing is side 1, and then side 2 has the entire track listing. Maiden did that with several albums in the past. I know for sure Seventh Son of a Seventh Son was like that. So there is record 1. And with these trifolds, you want to always make sure that you don't push everything too far in, because when you go to fold it back, you'll crease everything. Alright, so record number 2. Here's some more lyrics on the inner sleeve and another version of Eddie. And then the vinyl. There's side 3 and then side 4. Alright. And then record 3. So here's our lyrics and another Edward artwork. And then here's our custom labels. That's side 5 and side 6. And that is that for this version. Like I said, this one was European. The US does have a black vinyl version too. So I probably just grabbed this online, not realizing it was European, or maybe I had something in my mind to get all worldwide vinyl versions and I stopped at some point, but I've got all the colors that were offered. Alright. So next up we have the Walmart exclusive. And this was a red and black marble vinyl. The packaging is all the same as far as the inner sleeves and all that, so I'm going to go ahead and leave all that. That way I ain't got to try to wrestle everything back in. So we got a Walmart hype sticker and then the barcode sticker. And then we've got that red and black marble vinyl, and it's translucent. I don't know if you can see me through it, but I can see the camera. So yeah. And then I do know that there is a European version that is red and black like this one. It's not a store exclusive for anybody that I know of. And then, well, I guess I could put that down there, huh? Then the final version that I have, I am pretty sure I bought off of Amazon. And pretty sure this is a US version. No, this is European. So, easy way to tell if your version is US or European is European will be Parlophone, US will be BMG. So, this is a exclusive to Amazon is what the hype sticker says. It's black and, or silver and black marble. So, it looks kind of like that. And then there's my hype sticker for this, and then we've got the barcode sticker down below. So that is the 3 different colors that this was released on, and then all the various CD formats, and then, you know, yeah, looking at Discogs, there are a ton other versions. You know, I didn't really feel the need to buy everything worldwide, but I got all the colors and then the CD options that they had available. So, but yeah, it's a really strong album. I really do enjoy it. I have been known to be a Maiden fanboy and think that they can do no wrong. I mean, you know, most people know me for my Kiss content that I do on this page, but if truth is told, Iron Maiden is my absolute favorite band, and if Kiss is in my top 10, they're barely there. So yeah, I love the album. I still listen to it from time to time. So, you know, if it's something you think you'd want to get into collecting, I mean, there's resources available that show all the different variants. But anyway, yeah, that was Senjutsu. And at the time I'm recording this, when you see it, there'll probably be another vinyl podcast that a friend of mine, Brian Foster, recorded. I guested yesterday on it, and I think he'll have his episode ready to go roughly about the same time I do. And his podcast deals with the band Y&T mostly, but he reached out to me about talking to him about Iron Maiden's Power Slave album. So I filmed that with him yesterday, and when it's all said and done, I'll have a link in the about section here on the video to the episode that I did with Brian. So anyway, with that, I thank you for hanging out with me, and I'll catch you on the next time.